If you came across my video today, I was just actually getting ready to take a walk at the park. One thing about PTSD is that I find that healing helps me a lot when I take a walk. I can clear my head. I always make sure that every day that I have my prayer time in the morning with God and to try to get my day established. So I do try to take walks during the week to sort of just get my head clear. Again, when you have flashbacks and triggers and things like that, you've got to be able to set in motion ways to cope with those things. But God put it on my heart today to talk about forgiveness. And Matthew 18-21 talks about how Jesus said we are to forgive 70 times 7. And what exactly does that mean? 70 times 7 we have to forgive. For me, it means that forgiveness is not just going to God and asking to help me forgive. It's saying, I need to ask for forgiveness for myself, of course. But when someone has hurt me, for example, my father, I have to be able to forgive him almost on a daily basis. I have to go in prayer and be able to every day ask the Lord to help me to forgive, because it's not just a one-day thing. It's a daily commitment to say, I forgive. But also that I forgive myself. I allowed a lot of things that happened in my life. Not, of course, I mentioned in my childhood that, things started when I was 5 years old. But as I grew up and got older, I allowed certain behaviors to happen in my life for fear of abandonment or rejection. But you have to forgive yourself also. You have to forgive yourself for what you didn't know. You have to forgive yourself for the things that you allowed. And, I had a very sweet aunt who brought me to the Lord many years ago, who always used to say, you only go as far as you've been taught. And I hold on to that because, a lot of through my past, I wasn't mature enough in the Lord. And the more mature you get, the more you're accountable for. Okay? And when you get to that point where you have to be accountable for your behaviors and your actions, it's important. It is. And forgiveness is not saying that you're supposed to tolerate someone's behavior. Absolutely not. It's not about tolerating disrespect. It's not about tolerating, somebody abusing you. It's not. And I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's your family member, a coworker, or a boss. Disrespect is not to be tolerated. Okay? You are not to have to tolerate any type of abuse, emotional abuse, mental abuse from anyone. Okay? But we are to forgive, but also know who our perpetrators are. You forgive, and then you say to yourself, okay, I'm aware of who these people are that are causing me pain in my life. I'm aware of it. Now, what do you do with that? If you forgive them and you hang out with them again or trust them to be in your life again and they keep repeating the same patterns, then you got to cut your losses at this point. You've got to cut your losses and move on. God does not expect us to tolerate abuse, disrespect, mental abuse, physical abuse, spiritual abuse, emotional abuse. He does not expect us to tolerate that at all. In fact, when God brings you into your purpose, you'll see that he starts pruning away the people that do not belong in your life. And it's actually very eye-opening. The people that you thought were for you, you'll start seeing things happen. And just recently, with what's going on with my husband and I, God's bringing us into a huge purpose right now. And I received a couple butt dials from people in my family. And it was weird because these people never call me. Never. One of them was actually my boss, an ex-boss, who never called. And I got a butt dial from him. And a couple days later, I got a butt dial from my sister. The devil's there, and he's going to try to do everything he can to come against you and hold you down. But God is there to protect you, and he's going to show you through these things, like the butt dials, that, hey, watch out for this. Watch out for this person. Watch out for that person, because they don't have your best interest at heart. So you need to know that. You can forgive. Forgiveness is for you. Forgiveness is so that you don't walk away bitter, so that you can be released of that burden and lift it to God and say, I forgive this person. Doesn't mean you have to have a relationship with them anymore, though. It means that you no longer hold on to that and make yourself bitter. You're going to move on now with a clear conscience. And you're going to have to do that a lot going through this journey. If you've suffered child abuse, sexual abuse, if you're suffering PTSD, and you're still having flashbacks and triggers from your past, you're going to spend a lot of time in forgiveness, having to forgive. And if you're not there yet, if you haven't been able to get there to forgive the person, believe me, I was that person too. It took me a long time to be able to forgive. But if you want to heal, that's the only way you're going to get to your healing part, is to forgive and start the journey with God, and he will help you the rest of the way. So if you came across this video today, and I truly hope this is helping somebody, I pray for your healing. I pray for your heart. I pray that God lift you up and help you to continue on your journey for continued healing in this journey of child abuse, sexual abuse, father wound, whatever you want to call it. I pray that you get healed from this. You get the help that you need and the support that you need. And if you came across this video, I just ask that you comment forgiveness. God bless you.